I was actually talking to myself the whole day this morning. It's just one of those days. It really is just one of those days. I feel like talking. I realized that, I didn't feel lonely those whole 2 weeks of winter break. And I only hung out with people, one time. I didn't feel lonely at all. I used to feel lonely, and I think what really caused me to not be lonely was that I wasn't constantly comparing myself of other friend groups hanging out, you know what I mean? Because you kind of only feel lonely when you see what you're missing. But in my case, I wasn't missing out on anything. I was just happy being alone. I was just vibing. I was just doing my little tasks for the day, going to the gym, washing my car. It was fine. I didn't feel lonely at all. I actually feel so refreshed. That winter break was actually really productive. I actually loved it. I got to rest. I got to, get more into my hobbies, which is, YouTube and then playing piano as well. So I really just reset everything, and I honestly feel so much happier. I'm having another one of those moments, when I uploaded Despair Then Bliss. I'm having another one of those slightly blissful moments. And what's funny is that video, Despair Then Bliss, was actually due to because school was ending. But then now it's school is starting, and it's still I'm still happy though. Because that break was so refreshing. And it's honestly I've gained a lot of good momentum throughout that time. And it's that good momentum is not gonna stop, even if there's a little hit in it. I'll be fine. I'm mentally hyping myself up for school. I'll be fine. Your mental health is gonna be fine. Your emotional health is gonna be fine. You know what? That's another rant I have. Personally, I think of mental health and emotional health as two completely different things. My mental health is how stable I can keep my thoughts, how stable I can get myself to do things, how easily I can get out of bed in the morning. That's my mental health. If I can sit down at my desk for 2 hours and just work, I'd say I have good mental health. But my emotional health is okay, how often am I crying? How often am I breaking down? Honestly, just to be frank, to be blunt, it's how often am I feeling sad? And I get how people kind of use them interchangeably, but personally I couldn't, because emotions and thoughts are very different to me. Because I think mental, I think thoughts, and then emotional is okay, your emotions. Personally, when I'm feeling something, I might think something completely different, and I actually think this is a really good way to think about life. Hey, I'm feeling really sad and really lazy right now, but I know I should just do what I need to do anyway, because I know within myself that this is gonna pay off in the long run. So it's kind of separating your emotions and your thoughts. I do that a lot. Again, I don't know, maybe some psychologist is saying hey, that's really unhealthy. I think it works for me. Just separating my emotions and my thoughts really helps me do the things that I want to do. It helps me accomplish a lot. And by separating my emotions and my thoughts, I can kind of accept my emotions a lot of the time as well. So it's not I'm avoiding my emotions. I'm just you know what? I'm literally having a breakdown right now, but I know at the end of this, I'm gonna be okay. I could literally be breaking down, and then I'll be thinking it's gonna be okay. Truthfully, it's gonna be okay. It's not gaslighting myself. I'm not it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. It's just I'm genuinely okay, in the future, I'll be fine. This car, man, he took off his muffler and he just went with it. I don't know if you've been hearing this the whole time, but hey, you do you. He's having a good morning as well. But yeah, school's starting. Oh, even though I said I didn't feel lonely, I'm actually really excited to see my acquaintances again. I say acquaintances because I don't really hang out with them outside of school. I say you're my friend if I hang out with you outside of school. So my little class acquaintances, I actually really miss them. Yeah. They give me that little boost, you know? They make me laugh. They make me smile a bit. They make me giggle. I think it's good to have little acquaintances. And that's why that's what my rant about monk mode was about. It was like, it's okay to have little acquaintances here and there. Like, you don't need to completely isolate yourself at school and just, like, completely work and work and work. But no. You can still be productive and still refresh yourself with acquaintances here and there. You know what I mean? And I don't want to make it sound as well like I'm just using other people for my emotional benefit. Like, obviously, I provide them with value too. You know what I mean? Like, we just have fun together. It's not like they're just making me happy. It's not a one-way thing. I wanted to clarify that because that's how I've seen, like, some people think about relationships. It's like, it's a one-sided thing. Like, oh, you give me value, you make me laugh. But then it's like, okay, but what are you doing in the relationship? Like, are you making each other laugh mutually? Are you refreshing each other mutually? Or is one being drained and is one being benefited? I've seen that happen. You know what? Not that common. Once or twice. But yeah, I'm really excited to see my little acquaintances. I missed them. Again, it's like, well, they don't even text me during break or anything, but that's fine. Because it's like, our relationship just isn't like that. Our relationship is just like, you know, we're class buddies. That's it. And I say that's really refreshing. That's really nice. Like, not everything has to be like a really deep relationship for it to have value. You know? Like, you provide me value even though we only talk like for an hour a week. Maybe. And then because, like, I'm keeping myself open during this monk mode, no. Okay, I thought my car door was, like, slightly open. It's not. Well, and because I'm keeping myself open to these types of relationships during monk mode, like, it's just gonna be so much more fulfilling and so much more refreshing. Obviously, I'm still going to prioritize my tasks, and I'm still gonna, you know, like, do the protocol, whatever. But it's like, I don't need to isolate myself. I'm gonna keep myself with these valuable relationships, and that's completely okay. That's what works for me, to be honest. Alright, I think I'm done ranting. I don't know when I'll post this, because I already have some videos planned out. But I'll post it eventually. Just know that this is like the first day coming back from school. I'm gonna end this video off with some music recommendations, actually. I think I might start doing that. I actually quite like that. TV Girl, the artist. I've been having them on repeat all morning. I actually love them so much. I feel like they're the perfect combination of, like, unique but still a bunch of people are gonna like them. Like, they still have the capacity to be popular, you know what I mean? So, like, they'll appeal to a large audience, but they're still unique. And I feel like they're just right in that middle spot of perfection. I love them. They're kind of like Jack Stauber in the uniqueness portion. But yes, it's TV Girl. Their songs are kind of sad, but it's alright. I just listen for the music, honestly. Okay, I've stopped now. I wish you all the best.